Hey, what's up, you guys? So, 2 nights ago, I went to see Venom, and I absolutely neglected doing my immediate reaction to it or immediate impression about it. So, I apologize for that, but it was pretty memorable, so I'm pretty sure that I should be able to tell you a thing or two about it. And in case you missed it, this is going to be, like I always do, an absolute spoiled version of what I thought about the movie, because I just do not possess the skill to be able to talk about this in a non-spoiled way, and I don't like to feel censored. So this is going to be just me telling you a little bit about what happened and how I felt about it and what people were saying and if I agree with them or not. So, for starters, I learned that this was a PG-13 movie, and I was like, what? Oh my god, you are literally going to ruin it? Because when I think of Venom, I think of him as, he's a really grotesque creature. So I would imagine that he will do some truly heinous stuff. So why are we doing this in PG-13? I feel like this movie could have been better as a person who's used to more violent movies now. I think it would have been better if it would have been rated R or something, because every time that they would show him killing, it became very obvious that they were trying to hide it. Like, there were supposed to be scenes in which he would eat people's heads off or something, and you saw no blood splatter, nothing extra. And I feel like that takes away from the experience of the movie, which it's about this creature that's, the name Venom says it all. When I think of Venom, I think of something disgusting, because animals that are venomous, if you look at the injuries that they uh, inflict on other living beings, it's pretty gross stuff. So I would expect that this movie is nasty like that. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was actually a fun movie because it had its humorous aspects, to where for me it didn't feel like it was cheesy. It felt like it fit well with the narrative of the story. Like, particularly the kind of character that is his name Eddie? I already forgot that Eddie is. I hope his name is Eddie. And then the personality of Venom joining with Eddie, it it suits it. For me, it suited it, especially when they would speak inside, like Venom would speak inside Eddie's head. And I thought that it was fun because I am particularly fond of something that some guys here on YouTube do called the abridged Dragon Ball Z, and they have Kami and Nail inside of Piccolo's head telling him stuff. So it reminded me of that, and I automatically have a bias for that type of thing. And this movie did so pretty well. So I have to say that it was a nice addition to it. I cannot pretend to know Venom from the comics point of view, because I have never read a single comic in my life. So I don't want to sit here and try to claim that I know the origin story of this character. But I do remember that in Spider-Man 3, the movie that everyone just wants to forget, Venom was a part of it. And I feel like he was different back then. This Venom, we actually are able to see the creature by itself, standing alone for what it is, and then engulfing this guy in its blobby whatever substance he's supposed to be made of. So when it comes to this standalone movie, it kind of bothered me that it doesn't reference Spider-Man. But at the same time, given that this is the origin story, I can see why Spider-Man could not fit in the picture, because I look at Venom as a hero actually. It was like, initially the intention of doing evil was there, but he ends up changing his mind. He says that he actually likes the world of humans and that he would feel bad to see it go or something. So I guess he had a change of heart. And he also says that back in his planet, he's actually not that popular, which probably means that, okay, he belongs to his civilization, but amongst his civilization, he's not popular. He's like the one who doesn't think like everyone else, which everyone else probably just dreams of conquering other planets or something. So I guess because only one of his kind could actually put up a fight against the leader, it makes sense why he would be like, okay, I'll be your defense mechanism because you as humans are not fit. Like, human weapons were not inflicting any damage on Venom. So, therefore, it wouldn't inflict any damage on this other creature except for loud noises and fire. Apparently, those things can really hurt him. But when you think about it, if you have a whole army of these, I'm pretty sure that civilization is not quite ready to cope with that yet. But anyways, that's just me trying to think about it independently, me trying to just make sense of a work of fiction. Don't take my word like it's the absolute voice of expertise. But anyways, but overall, this was a fun movie. But it was fun because the character himself, like Eddie and Venom himself, they were actually fun. But like the people in, I don't know the name of this tech place, but it reminded me of Oscorp. Let's call it the Oscorp of Venom. Um, I felt like that billionaire guy, like the owner of that biotech company, he was pretty boring. I didn't think he was that threatening at all. He seemed like a coward to me. He seemed like a chicken to me. So I definitely cannot say that he is very memorable. I feel like you could take him away from the movie and the movie would not have suffered at all. Of course, he has an objective, but it's not an objective that I find threatening. I don't know how to put it into words. He was just a boring character, put it that way. I don't know if it's the actor who's boring, or if he was poorly written, or if that character just naturally has a boring character, like story, a boring identity. But I did not care for him. I did not care for anyone else except for Eddie and Venom, to tell you the truth, which are pretty much the main characters. And to me, that bothers me a bit because it's cool that the main characters were done right, but at the same time, it, a movie is not a one man thing. I think that if you have other characters that are there, your interaction with them should enhance the experience. But very easily, all of these actors or other characters could have been taken away from the movie and it would have been fun. Except give him people to fight so that we can see his powers. Like, I forget the name of the other Venom like alien that was more pale looking, but just put him and Venom in a fight and then give him a couple of policemen again to just kill around, and that would have been cool. But anyways, but but I feel like Venom himself, he had a lot of personality and I enjoy that. Like, especially the way he responds to high frequencies and loud noises. I thought that was hilarious. It's like he starts twitching like crazy and kind of like disappearing or something. Um, and I just thought that he was fun. Again, I keep focusing on him because that's truly the most memorable part of the movie. But let's see, what else can I say? Of course, Eddie has a romantic interest, but they end up breaking up. And honestly, this is the most boring romance of them all. Like, at least Mary Jane and Spider Man, they had something to them to make them memorable. But these two, it was just, what can I say? There was no chemistry between them as lovers whatsoever. I forgot the woman's name already, but she was a lawyer, blonde, this and that, and then she ended up getting together with a doctor. So there was absolutely no chemistry there, no romance whatsoever. But maybe that might have something to do with the fact that the movie was PG-13. I don't know. Maybe I'm used to just seeing more intense things, but honestly, the PG-13 rating, I guess, took away the more gross things. All that you would see were people lying dead on the ground, but you would not really see them being towed up. Like you would expect that a creature that just enters your body would do. Like there was never any blood stains, never any blood splatter. You don't see any blood whatsoever. And if there is, I don't even remember it. And I would expect that this is a gory character, like I explained earlier. But anyways, guys, overall, I enjoyed it, but it's not the best Marvel movie out there. And all the people who were kind of hating on it, I feel like they were saying that the movie was worse than it really was. It's definitely not the best Marvel movie. Like, of course, Black Panther was way up there. This is not in any way a Black Panther type of movie to where you have technology, fun characters, memorable lines, memorable personalities, a plot that you can actually follow. This plot felt like a clusterfuck for like 2018 only because I feel like this plot was just really outdated. It's like we've seen it. You have someone who's kind of a mad scientist. He claims that his ideas are best for society, improving the human, but in the end, it gets out of control, and then he needs to be taken out so that humanity doesn't get ruined or something. I don't even know. It seems boring to me. But something cool that happened to me was that when I went to the movie theater, I don't know if this is for everybody or if it was just my movie theater, but they actually handed me one of these. It's a Marvel custom edition exclusive movie collectible. So I looked at it, and it seems to be just giving you the intro of stuff that happens in the movie anyway. So I'm not really going to read it unless you guys end up commenting and telling me that you really would love to see it and see what it says. But yeah, it's pretty much. I think this is legit comic stuff because the dialogue did seem like it matched the movie, but some of these pictures and scenes in here, it doesn't look all that familiar with what I saw in the movie. Um, but yeah, it's nothing really elaborate or anything. It's just, yeah, it has a little epilogue and yeah, nah, this is not how it happened in the movie. In the movie, they were in the city and whatever. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, you guys. Let me know if you want to see what it's about, and I'll read it to you. I considered reading it since it's just to put it all in one topic, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it really adds much to the plot. So yeah, you guys, what do you think about Venom if you have seen it? Did you like it? How do your other Marvel movies? What could have been better? Does the PG-13 rating mess it up for you? What did you wish you would have seen? Were you bothered that Spider-Man wasn't there? And just to give you a heads up, there are two ending credit scenes. One of them features Carnage, which I was excited to see Woody doing that because I remember him as being someone who's really good at playing crazy people, and from the little bit that I have heard of Carnage, he is an insane character, so I am looking forward to that. And then at the very, 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 very end of the credits, it's a long wait, but I felt it was worth it. You guys know that Spider-Man movie that's looking all cartoonish, colorful, comics like, and it features like a black boy being Spider-Man or something. Well, there is an ending scene about that, and I really do not know how to put the sequence of events into words and what it means, but what I saw was that he was in front of Peter Parker's grave, and then um, somehow Peter just comes back and just starts swinging him around, and yeah, the cops are following them, and I don't know. I don't know anything about that. So you guys are going to just have to see that one for yourselves. And yeah, the Carnage ending didn't really reveal much to us except the fact that Carnage is there. But I don't know anything about him as a character, so I don't have anything to say on that one. And then Eddie was trying to like interview him, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to my attempt at reviewing a movie once again, which I know is not really my forte, but it's fun. It's a topic, so why not? And let me know what you thought about the movie, and I'll see you soon.